for the New Year's. As you guys saw that I posted it, resolutions, question mark. This should be kind of an interesting topic. For a lot of people out there, and also for me to cover. And believe it or not, I'm going to do another one tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a Periscope or if I'm actually going to do a Google Hangout. There's a couple things that I wanted to share as far as showing my screen and some stats online to really go into this topic a little bit more. So before I get started, I know I said I was going to start at 3, so I guess I could maybe even look around the screen and see who's joined us. I don't know how long we were on till you guys could see that I was on. I see that Sherry's on here. BG Len, thank you for jumping on. I see we got a bunch of people. If you can just see my screen here, it's just because I've got it flipped. Yeah, tap my screen. Thanks, Dad. I got it all set up here, and if I just tap my screen, all you're going to see is my desk and computer behind me. Terry, thank you so much for jumping on. I love you guys. So as we get started here, I'll get started here in like 2 minutes. If you swipe your screen, you can share it, and thank you. I see the hearts going like crazy. But once again, this is going to be kind of on resolutions, my little kind of take on it. And also tomorrow, I want to dive a lot deeper into one subject of resolutions on maybe how you can look at this year as a different perspective. A lot of people just focus on the doing part. Not going to go into that training also this Periscope, but there's a statement out there that I've heard is that before you have, you got to do. Of course, we all know that, I got to go to work before I get anything. Before you do, you have to be, and before you be, you have to think. And tomorrow, I want to do a special, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do a Periscope. I think I'm more likely going to do a Google Hangout so I can share my screen and get a little more in depth. But thank you guys for jumping on here for my first tripod, I guess, Periscope, that it looks professional. And with that said, I already see a bunch of people jumping on, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. And the first thing that I wanted to bring up on this Periscope is it's so funny because I've been an entrepreneur for quite some time, whether it's, internet marketing, whether it's network marketing. And it's funny because you always hear these people, well, nobody makes money in those things. Nobody gets in and nobody has success, and a lot of people want to make excuses for that. And I was looking up some statistics today, and believe it or not, I put this off for a little bit just because, it was through the weekend after the New Year's, and I wanted to see what some people posted. And I saw in Forbes magazine, guys, Forbes.com, you can look this up, that only 8% of people that set New Year's resolutions actually hit them. I mean, think about that. Everybody wants to give being an entrepreneur a bad name. Everybody wants to give network marketing or internet marketing or, whatever you're doing a bad name. But yet when you talk about New Year's resolutions, everybody wants to hear what your resolutions are. Well, wouldn't that be funny for somebody when they ask you, well, only 8% of people ever hit their goals or their resolutions. So why even try? It's funny when you think about it that way. So really there's, 3 groups of people probably watching this Periscope right now. One is that group of people. Listen, resolutions don't work. I tried to do one last year and the year before that, and I never had success, so why even do it? The other group of people are, maybe people, like I just said, they made excuses. It's like, well, New Year's came, it was the weekend, I had a long weekend, time to spend time with my family, and guess what, come Monday, then I'm going to take my New Year's resolution serious. Then I'm going to take my goal serious. And then the third group of people, which a lot of people think this is funny, is already started their resolutions. And once again, according to the Washington Post, 25% of people that set New Year's resolutions have already given up on them. Can you believe that? 25% of people have already given up on their goals and resolutions for the year. What has it been? 4 days? Are you kidding me? So, this Periscope, and I'm going to be blunt, is going to be for the 80%ers. For the 80%ers of people that just can't find a way to stick to their resolutions, that can't find a way to get it kicked into gear. Because I am here to say that for the 20%ers of people that will make it past 90 days, for the 8%ers out there, that this is your year. You're going, listen, Robert, I'm done. Enough is enough. Whether I'm getting in shape, whether I'm going to become successful, this is it. I'm going all in and I'm going to make it happen. This Periscope isn't for you guys. Because if you're one of those people, I commend you. There's very few people that can do that. And that's also the small group of people out there that are successful entrepreneurs, that are have success in things. But I wanted to gear this as, I feel like a lot of speaking and when we do things are geared specifically to those 8%ers, those 3%ers that make it happen. Well, what about the other, 80, 90% of people that are going to drop off? These are some things that I think might be able to help you. Okay, and the one thing that I really look at success is really, one of my favorite statements out there is really losing weight and getting it shape. Isn't it technically easy? Isn't, in my opinion, becoming successful and selling a product or being an entrepreneur easy? Yes, it's just easier not to do it. See, success is easy. It's just easier not to do it. The only difference, in my opinion, from massively successful people that are in really good shape, people that are good at whatever they do in life, is having rituals, as my father said, I saw he's on here, is habits, things that they can do consistently over and over and over again for a long period of time is what makes somebody average versus above average. And I want you guys to think about this because I want to relate it in a couple different ways, not only with success, but also let's just take one of the biggest ones out there, the #1 New Year's resolution, and this was on 3 different websites that I looked at. The #1 New Year's resolution is to lose weight, to get in better shape. And I've talked to this subject with a couple guys, D'Angelo Faciton, which is a dear friend and business partner of mine. Ever since I've known him, he's been in great shape. And when I talk to these people about the New Year's time, they hate January. They hate February. Why? Because there's all these new people at the gym. These are people that have their rituals. They do certain things all the time in a certain way, and that's why they're in shape. And now you got all these people at the gym that are in their way, that are messing up their flow of things. And this is what I normally hear from people that want to get in good shape. It's like, okay, listen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wake up every morning and I'm going to go for a 20-minute walk because I've heard no matter what kind of diet, no matter what you're doing, cardio is part of, getting in good shape. So I'm going to, either take lunch and do a 20-minute walk or get off work, when I get off work or early in the morning, I'm going to go on a 20-minute walk every day. Also, sugar is bad for you and I know soda is. So I'm cutting out all the soda. I'm going to cut out, drinking coffee. If I do have to drink my coffee, I'm just going to drink it black with nothing else in it. I'm going to go on one of these extreme diets that I read online that have all these huge successes. And then what I'm also going to do is I got myself a gym membership for Christmas. So I'm going to go to the gym on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and also Sundays. And if I do all those things, I'm going to be in amazing shape. Now, I'm sure everybody watching this Periscope can say amen. If you did all those things, are you going to be in good shape? Yeah, probably a lot faster than most people will. But what do the 80%ers do? It feels weird. It's uncomfortable. You don't like it. You're doing things so outside of your comfort zone that all of a sudden a week passed, a few days passed, just like I said that I saw the number online. 25% of people have already given up on their goals. Why? Because they're going, oh, I'm tired. My legs hurt from walking every day. I'm cranky every day because I don't have my sugar. I'm tired in the morning because I don't have my coffee and my soda. I'm missing out on my TV shows and stuff that I normally do because I'm at the gym. And a lot of people just get to a point where it's like, listen, I'm miserable. I'd rather be overweight and happy than miserable on my way to getting in shape. Once again, in business, I see so many people. I even talked to a guy, and he's a dear friend of mine. I won't say his name. And, my resolution this year, and I don't know why, network marketing companies, there's always that elusive diamond position. It doesn't matter what company you're with, and I'm sure anybody watching this can relate, diamond or sapphire or, emperor or empress, whatever it is. It's that elusive title that you feel if you got there, you're now balling. You've made it. You're making 10 grand a month. You got the car. You got the lifestyle. And, that was his goal. Now, am I telling each and every one of you that those goals aren't good? No, they're absolutely good. Is wanting to lose 20, 30, 50 more pounds this year a good goal? Yes, but you got to have something short term to get you into a ritual to get there. So example of losing weight, and I'll even bring it back to, business. What if all you did was say, listen, I'm just going to create a ritual. They say that, to create a ritual, a habit takes around 30 days. I think the exact number is 29, but let's just say a month to create a habit. They say that you can't just give up a bad habit. You've got to replace it with a good one. So what if all you did was say, you know what, this year I'm getting in shape. I'm going to get up early every morning, or I'm going to take lunch or whatever it is and walk 20 minutes every day. I'm still going to have my soda. I'm still going to eat bad foods. I don't feel like I'm going to go to the gym yet and pump iron. I just want to walk every day. And before you know it, if you can just commit to something small like that, we all know that 30 days is going to pass anyways. And if anybody's watching this and has got into a ritual, whether it's health, finances, business, a hobby, you do that over and over again, and all of a sudden it's not something out of the norm anymore. It's just something that you do. It's a part of you. Listen, that's just what I do. And you even get to a point, and I got into a kick. That's one of the things. I need to get in shape. I'm preaching to all you guys, and I know I need to do it. When I got into that kick, it was every morning. If I didn't go for my skate, if I didn't do my morning thing, I felt off that day. It was just a part of what I did. And let's just be honest. What if that's all you did? Gosh, if you just walk 20 minutes a day for the next 365 days, you think you'd be in a little bit better shape than you are now? Of course you would. But guess what's great? Now you've created a habit. Now let's create another habit. Now let's cut out the sugars. Then 30 days go by. If you're like me and, my dad's on here, he hates soda. I was able to give up cigarettes. And I remember I went a long time without cigarettes, and I broke down, and I decided to have a cigarette for my friend. And it was past, I think it was about 60 days that I didn't have a cigarette. And I took one drag off of it. I think this is like good, me and Amy were talking about this close to 4 years ago. And it was the grossest, nastiest thing ever. I was like, I can't believe I ever smoked cigarettes before. This is gross, But it's the same thing. So now all of a sudden soda or eating healthy, that is one thing I'm proud of over the last couple years. And this 100% has to do with my beautiful wife, is we eat very well. We don't eat that much junk food. And what do? I still do it. I break down and I'll go have McDonald's when she's not around. It tastes delicious. I get home, Amy goes, I can't believe you had McDonald's. And what happens every time? I feel like crap. It's like, oh, here comes the bathroom. I got no energy. I feel like crap. I can't believe I used to eat McDonald's 4 or 5 times a day. All I did was made it a ritual. So instead of going, listen, this year I'm going to make 10 grand a month. Great. Well, what are we going to do to get you to $500 a month? What if all you did was create a ritual? Scott Kloster, I love him to death because I've seen this kid go from, struggling, never making a dime to start having success. All he wanted to do was pique 20 people's interest a day on Facebook. Some people might be watching this going, wow, that kind of seems extreme. Other people go, that's easy. But all he did was say, I want to do 20 a day. And he made it a ritual. He stayed consistent at it. Now it's just a thing that he does. You can ramp up from there. So, I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent with people here. And like I said, this is for the 80%ers. These are for the people that always seem to want to, let's say that 2015, you said you were going to do a lot of things and you didn't again. You got into a new company. You set goals and didn't do it again. Why not just start with one thing, master it, make a ritual out of it, and make it part of your life and move on. I feel like so many people get overwhelmed with, this year in my company, I'm going to the top. So I'm no longer hanging out with friends and family. I'm no longer watching my TV shows. I'm going to show up to every single event. I'm going to call 50 people a day. I'm going to do this and this. And once again, for the 8%ers, those are the people that will make $10,000 in the next 90 days. I'm not saying it's not possible, but what people do, couple weeks go by, they haven't made any money, they feel miserable because they missed their TV shows, they're going through all their contacts, they're overloaded with all their no's, and then they just give up. I mean, what if all you did was just cut out one TV show a week? Because I want people to start having success moving forward. So, even me, and I'll close this just on a personal note, because I went actually rollerblading. I went skating yesterday, and it was about a year ago. I moved to Arizona, and, I told my wife that, one thing that I miss rollerblading. I miss skating. It's just one of those things that's still a part of my life. I had a passion for it forever, and I gave it up. I want to get back into skating. So I found some guys that all they did is they go skate every Tuesday night. It's a bunch of the older guys. They're, have children like me. They're overweight like me. And I remember the first Tuesday night, my gosh, it was terrible. I fell more than I skated. I was bruised up. I didn't even have that much fun, because I remember skating is fun, doing tricks, just cruising around. And even a couple weeks went by, it's like, Tuesday night again, it's cold out, I'm still sore from last Tuesday, but I just stuck with it. It was just a thing that, hey, Tuesday nights, I'm going rollerblading. And here we are, a year fast forward. Not only am I still going every Tuesday, but I ended up going yesterday after church. And, I know this is going to be way over some people's heads, but I did a fakie, which means you're skating backwards, 360, jump in the air and land. So it's a fakie 360 true spin Mizu on a down ledge. I know most people are going, I might as well be science, but if you would have asked me if I could have done that trick a year ago, I would have said, you're crazy. I'm overweight, I'm old, I'm 35 now, I'm retired, I don't got time to get back into skating, I got a kid now, I got a business to run. But I didn't do all those, and I just stayed consistent over a long period of time. Where are you going to be? I love this statement, is if you just got 1% better every day, you're going to be 365% better in a year from now. The biggest problem with all these people with your goals, guys, is everybody is just such short-term thinking. Everybody wants things now. It's today's society. We just moved into a new home. God forbid, the microwave is broken. The landlord said, oh, listen, we're going to replace that. But my gosh, if me and Amy, well, how are we going to make our popcorn? And, we need my popcorn now. I got to go make it on the stove. It's going to take us a whole 10 minutes to make popcorn. Just like in Success and 2 examples. I can't tell you guys how many people, and my father, we had a conversation today, how many people reach out to us and say, Robert, listen, this is my year, 2016, I'm going to hit diamond, I'm going to make it happen, I'm going to do whatever it takes. Just tell me what the secret is. Just tell me the little thing I got to do. What do you mean? What do I got to do to become successful this year? Well, when I first started, one of my benchmarks is I had to do 30 outbound calls a day. I needed to be talking to 30 new people a day. I always needed to make time for personal development. I made sure I was on every corporate event. And I struggled really, really bad for like almost a whole year. And, then I finally had success. You didn't buy one of those turnkey systems that yeah, I seen those online. Just give me $5,000. You don't have to call leads. You don't have to set up ads. You don't have to do anything. You're going to be rich. You didn't sign up with one of those. No, I just put in the work. Just like people with fitness, look at commercials nowadays. It's not even it used to be the 20-minute ab, then it goes to the 15-minute ab, and then I just recently saw the 5-minute ab. It's like walking up to, anybody that's in great shape. It's like, wow, how'd you get in such great shape? Well, I cut out all the carbs. I don't take sugar. I do cardio every morning, and I go to the gym every other day. I've been doing that for about a year straight, and that's why I'm in such good shape. You didn't take one of those pills? We all know, what about the 5-minute ab? What about the tummy tuck? All these different things. No, it's a ritual. It's getting in the flow of something that you do every day, consistently, nonstop. And we all know you're only as excited as your success. What if you just saw a little success with walking every day? Holy crap, well, if I walked every day and I didn't drink soda, oh my God, what if, and it just starts compounding, guys. I heard this from Tony Robbins, and it's such a powerful statement, is we all of us, every one of us, I don't care who you are, we always overvaluate what we can do in 90 days to a year. We always do that. I can't tell you how many companies I've joined, how many new things I've decided to do, that this one's it. Oh my gosh, I watch in a year, I'm going to make $1 million. And then it doesn't happen. It's just the way life is. But as much as we underevaluate or overevaluate what we can do in 90 days to a year, we always undervaluate what we can do in 2 years, what we can do in 3 years. You know, I love even going back to just being in shape, or let's just say making money. What if your only goal was to pique the interest of 30 new people a day? I know there's not, as small as that is, and as every one of you can do this, I'm sure there's not one person on this Periscope that goes, yeah, mentally in my head, I believe if I pique the interest of 30 new people a day on Facebook, then in 2 years from now, I'd be in the exact same position that I'm in right now. But what does everybody do? You go bananas, you go crazy, and in 30 days, you quit. In 60 days, you quit. 90 days, whatever it is. My gosh, when I read that stat, and I even have it written down here, 25% of Americans have already given up on their goals? Gosh, there's only 8% of people that is going to reach their New Year's resolutions. And in my opinion, that's why, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't even know how long I've been going. I've got the camera set up differently. I kind of wanted to make this short to also promote for tomorrow. I think I'm just going to do a Google Hangout, so watch my fan page where I posted this. You know, what I'll probably do is do a Periscope for people that are just watching me on Periscope, and even set it up just so you can watch me do the Google Hangout. But what I really want to do tomorrow is dive deeper into, you know, getting to where you really want to be. You know, and out of the whole process of before you do, you have to, before you have, you have to do, before you do, you have to be, before you be, you have to think. Tomorrow, I'm really just going to dive in the being part. You know, because I believe with also New Year's resolutions and everything that I honestly just said was 100% focused on the doing part. And before the doing comes the being. You got to get there, and I don't want to go off on another tangent. So, guys, thank you so much. Robert Hollis Jr.'s first Periscope of 2016. One of my resolutions is to do a lot more of these this year, and guess what? It started with this one and just getting in a habit of it. Me, sometimes I feel like I have to have something. I even wrote notes before this, and I got my tripod. But guys, what if I just do a Periscope and, you know, I'm showing my son, or out shopping with a phone call. I might have cut everybody off. So God bless everybody. Happy New Year's. I pray that each and every one of you can catch your dreams this year. You know, so the biggest takeaway is just find something and stay consistent with it. What if you could just accomplish something for 30 days and create a habit, create a success habit? You know, instead of having these grand, you know, I'm going to lose 30 pounds or 50 pounds, or I'm going to, you know, have rock solid abs. What if your just number one goal is, I just want to walk every day for 30 days? I just want to pick up the phone and pique the interest of somebody every day for 30 days. I just want to do personal development every day for 30 days. My gosh, how huge is that one? Gratitude journal. My father talks about this a lot. All I want to do for 30 days straight is write down something I'm grateful for. Just pick something. Because if you don't do something, 30 days is going to pass, and don't fall into statistics. I think it jumps from within the first week, it's 25%. Within the first 3 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, it jumps all the way to 70%. So I pray you're still in that 75% and don't fall into statistics of the 75% that's going to give up on your dreams this year, that's going to give up on your goals this year. And if you are one of those statistics, guess what? Who cares if it's New Year's? Who cares if it's a resolution? Let today be your new year, and start catching your dreams. So God bless everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the hearts.